Government want me to write as much as possible on social media because they figure I'm an introvert and I got an extreme anti-social anxiety disorder. So they figure I never want to be on stage or radio or no nothing like that. But they didn't know when it come to talking about golf or racism, I'm no longer an introvert or have anxiety disorder. And I just found out recently I can do videos. I didn't even know I can do videos. I thought I talked too funny and I looked too funny also, but they've been a success so far. And they say I can look into the future 100 years before the average person. And they want me to express it online if I know the thing or see things. So people of the faraway future can catch it. They say people of the day is too self-centered and selfish to know the quality of others unless they get validation on TV or something. Or they use their bank account as validation. People judge people by the amount of money they have. And they say, because I got the least minority friendly degree on the planet, my look can be deceiving. Because I'm not rich because of the color of my skin and the industry I'm in. They say, but the brain remain the same. They say, I'm a genius. And they done did all the tests. And they knew since I was in kindergarten. They were following me because of state tests and all that kind of stuff. They just said they were following me. The computer kept kicking me out. And I had the worst grades in the world. But the computer know best. Because they computer don't grade like high schools and colleges. He said they computer strictly, when they're dealing with school, kick out the geniuses at an early age. So with that being said, I know that the food industry has changed over the years. It started changing in the late 90s. I used to hear my mom and them talk to her sisters and her friends, and they be saying, oxtails ain't oxtails no more. They tails, but they ain't oxtails. The meat ain't meat anymore. There's a different kind of meat what they must be getting from a third world country. Because they're all shaped the same, look the same, but you can tell it ain't the meat we used to get. And then I noticed, in 2016, chips had plastic in it. I was in a situation where I couldn't eat nothing but noodles and soup. So I used to try to lighten it up with chips, certain kind of corn chips. And when they melt, all you see in a bowl is plastic. And the whole while you're eating, you picking the plastic out your teeth. So I know there was a different then, and that was like 2022 and 23. Then I noticed it in the rice. 2 years later, it's all over Facebook. Plastic rice. Plastic in everything as a filler. Be careful, the plastic. Plastic noodles. And I'm saying, wow. But now, in my old age, and I'm handicapped, I want to feel like I'm young again. So I go to the hamburger joint where I used to go every Friday when we were little. My mom and daddy every Friday take us to the hamburger joint. And since I'm handicapped now, I get my main dinner from there. And I get like 2 cheeseburgers and 2 double hamburgers. To eat for later. Now this will get you. When you eat it fresh, you don't taste what you taste when you eat it later. I had to throw all 4 hamburgers away The bone was pure sugar. So much sugar, my feet curled up and my face quenched. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Right? I even had to quit eating the apple pies. Then one day they come out with new apple pies. And I said, well, maybe they ain't sweeter than what they used to be. I ate them and they were sweeter. And then I look them up on Google and they say, sprinkle with sugar. What the hell you mean sprinkle with sugar, man? They're already too sweet. And certain food, like cookies, the average cookie, you can take away 70% of the sugar. Tater chip. I just brought some tater chip the day before yesterday. Old brands, what I used to eat when I was young. You couldn't taste no salt in them. I bit into them. Oh my God. It like eating pure salt where somebody just poured a whole thing of salt in one bag of tater chip. It is ridiculous. They're killing us in our faces. And I heard certain billionaires is buying up all the farmland. These same billionaires, all they talk about, in order to save Europe, we must depopulate the black population. Why they want to get rid of us? Ain't number 14 million of us in America. Only 14 million. And their main focus is depopulating us. They ain't worrying about the 100 million Spanish. They ain't worrying about the 150 or 200 million whites. They want to populate the lowest population in America. And they also say black around the world, though. Let me get this straight now. Y'all ain't safe, Africa. They say world black population. But we know they mean us. Because they hate us the worst. But when I bit into that tater chip, just one, I just wanted one to get the taste. I'm tasting pure salt. Alright? You know, what his name? RFK and Dr. Oz. Instead of around him trying to stop bullshit, talk to the food industry. Restrict the food industry. Like Michelle Obama was trying to do. She was trying to save these dumb motherfucker lives. And Sharon Palin running around talking about, do you want a communist to tell your child what to eat? Michelle Obama seen it. And you dumb motherfuckers stopped it. Now it's out of control. They don't want us, the grown people. They want the children. They want to get them diabetes and sugar at an early age. I bet if you go over each year of sugar and diabetes from the 1970s, I bet you now is the worst. The food is basically uneatable. And then when you go to the doctor, or your blood pressure high, or your sugar high, talk to the food industry. God damn it, we got to eat. What we gonna eat? It's fucking ridiculous, man. Focus on the food industry instead of the people. Unless y'all part of the depopulation BS. Thank you and God bless. Watch your children, man. Don't let your children eat this shit.